Welcome back to the studio, everybody. So today I have been working, well actually not today, the last few days I've been working on this painting here. As you can see, there's the reference photograph. Now I did start working on those distant trees and it was going to be featured in this video, but for some weird reason it was out of focus. So that's now had to be binned, but we are going to still show you how I do the trees there. So it's going to be a shorter video, but I think it's still going to be worthwhile. There's a lot of information in there of me showing you how to do that. I'm going to actually complete the whole picture. I'm going to work on the area of grasses there and the stones, probably in the next video, giving you some close-ups about how I do that. And then maybe another video of the water, because it's actually a very interesting little area of water that. So we're going to do that in the next few videos. So make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss those. All of the brushes I use in this video are available on my website. The link is in the description below. Also, if you want to learn to paint in super fine detail, then why don't you check out my online painting school where I go into every aspect of how to paint anything from landscapes, seascapes, portraits, we paint still life, everything. There's thousands and thousands of hours of footage for you to look at. I give you instruction throughout, including colour mixing and all the things that I don't tend to cover in my YouTube videos. So check that out, but let's get started on this painting. Right, so that's some of the darker areas now in place. I'm going to start working, getting the outer edges of the tree, getting those details correct, and then we can move over to putting some of the midtones and some of the highlights in place. So working on the highlights in this area, now the tree obviously being a little bit closer, we can use slightly larger brush marks here. And this is a technique that I've used for quite a few years. Basically what we have is the rigger brush, but I've flattened it on the palette. So rather than it looking perfectly cylindrical, it's actually been flattened, as you can see there. And what I do is then take that paint on there, use the corner of the brush and just kind of spot on top of the panel. That gives us a tiny little triangle. Right, so same technique now. I'm going to start working on the shaded areas. So not only in the shade are they darker, but as in this side, they're a little bit cooler as well. So another technique to do foliage is with the Series 12 brush. Now this gives you a little bit more of a stipple. The paint goes on a touch thicker, but it's the same principle as using the rigger brush in that you use the corner. So obviously this is obviously still, well, it's already in that shape already. So we're using the corner of the brush and just being very gentle. We don't want to push too hard because we want to keep the brush mark as small as possible. So just using that corner, it's giving us slightly less of a clean brush mark, which is actually pretty good for foliage. And we can be quite quick with this as well. So even painting over the top of this wet base, the paint being stippled is actually going on really nicely. We're not disturbing the paint underneath. Let's actually now, before we move on and continue with the foliage, let's get a few branches in place. So I'm going to go back to the rigger brush again. To start off with, this is the Series 1 size 5.0. Right, back to the foliage then. Okay, so that is the area of trees finished. There's still obviously loads to do with this painting. I'm going to start working on the rocks, I think, and the sort of longer grasses in that part there in the next video. But pretty pleased with the way that's turning out. Very effective technique for doing those trees. So, you know, give that a try in your own paintings. The brushes that I used are in the description below. And also, if you want more in-depth instruction in how to paint anything from landscapes, portraits, still lifes, animals, you name it, head over to my online painting school, www.michaeljamessmith.tv. Link again is in the description below, and you will be able to basically paint anything with those lessons. There's over 100 lessons, thousands upon thousands of hours of instruction. There's no time lapse or anything like that in the videos. It's literally from start to finish. You get to see everything with me explaining how to do it as well. You get the colour mixing and all of this sort of thing as well. Everything's covered. Okay, right. So hopefully I'll see you in the next video where I finish working on this painting. So make sure you've subscribed so that you don't miss that. All right, I think that's pretty much everything. Happy painting, everybody, and I shall see you in the next video. So take care.